really don't want to go out this early. Definitely not. But then again, who does? We're going to go ahead and get in the game. We're going to do it with Sadakist and Moses.
Yes, I believe that's Little Momo to most people at home, but we're going to get into it right away as, oh my goodness, Jason,
Ooh.
double dualies.
I know, and they're pushing up ramp. Oh, it's spicy. Zipix in towards Squeaky Door. Alexi's going to get sidelined there. Dooley's not even getting a chance to shoot. Hunter's got his pair ready to go. Through the smoke, he's found as well. Aggression from G2 is swept aside with ease, and Astralis with a big advantage in the pistol round 5-on-2.
And a lovely job by the dualies getting a collective zero kills.
Zero shots as well.
Yeah, it didn't go all too stunningly. Jack's trying to do what he can toward the back of the site. Glaive has picked them up though, and Monte's got a set now himself, so they're back in play, and once more they'll fall without a single kill. It is the round indeed to Astralis.
Yeah, really is. That was the aggression from G2 and to a point of the map in lobby and didn't have any kind of impact whatsoever. A good little lurk towards Squeaky Door as well, and Astralis outside away from the main thrust of G2's defense, able to gain a lot of ground quickly and through the window. A lot of early kills and puts the rest of G2 in an awkward position trying to make a play. That was fun. Glaive even gave up 2 of the maps in the
fun.
the 2 of the maps in the pregame interview, and we still got a surprise in the veto process.
Yeah, exactly. Guess what, guys? The veto's totally live, and our analysts, they're so good at predicting it. But Alexi B gets tagged up through the smoke. And this is, I mean, it's interesting, right? This is G2, Katowice finalists, who went the distance on all 3 maps despite losing 0 and 3, and it was almost like that was a gut punch that they still haven't recovered from. They still haven't got breath back in their lungs because they have fallen flat since late March, early March, whenever that was in March, Jason.
That was early March. You nailed it.
Yep, and it's when are they going to turn it around? Because again, this tournament for me is really trying to be a litmus test of who is the next in line after FaZe and who has the best chance to catch them. And G2's got all the talent in the world. They just need to get it all lined up. Astralis, meanwhile, also on a rebuilding phase. Oh, no pun intended. Are getting better and better, but still also not crossing that line. He's trying to do what he can. He's too slow. Farling's able to turn up and take him down.
That was a great flashbang to set up Monte. He needed 1 kill there. That was perfectly set up by NiKo, and you could see he desperately wanted that kill and just to sink away and just doesn't get it in time. Brutal, because G2 was able to turn that round on its head. A nice 3-on-2 advantage. Farlick does a great job sweeping aside that danger here. The shots you can see from above him. Double kill for Farlick as the flashbang clears his vision. 2-0 for Astralis on the attacking side. We got a pump shotty, a Nova on Hunter.
In they go. Blame F, meanwhile, already through Squeaky Door. I don't think he spotted NiKo's head.
No,
Molotov means he can't go over that far.
Yeah, Blame F had so much confidence in that Molotov as well. He didn't even really consider top hut until just now. There's the kill coming out. There's the shotgun, not yet into play. Blame F outside of the door, leading the charge. First 2 kills is his. Gonna wait for some utility to get activated. There is 1 in vents, but Monte can't come up. Hunter needs to do something with this shotgun if he wants the rest of his teammates to get involved.
Gonna have to make it perfect right now, can't do it. Caught off, Config getting the kill, and Farlig took down Hunter, who was waiting toward Mini. The 1 kill through the smoke was against the man who started it all. Blame F quickly through the doorway.
Now, one of the things that we saw yesterday from G2 in that narrow loss to ENCE yesterday on Nuke, NiKo and Monte outside did a pretty darn good job of being impactful, of controlling the outer yard as well. They're going to need that again here against Astralis. You know, there's going to be some fast, some aggressive plays from Astralis' T side to that part of the map. Looking for a solid performance from those 2 players from G2. Monte's got the op out in the first gun round. NiKo going to chuck out a nade early. And Glaive backs away from as much danger as possible. Not enough, 62 HP remaining on him, so some early chip damage for the defense.
NiKo backing off the outside wall, trying to allow them to get around the corner. Swing where he can.
A lot of smokes outside, so G2 are going to know that there's a possibility someone shifted down to the lower bumps that are made it across to secret, but NiKo still sees him far back, so perhaps they're saying it's not that big of a deal. But with all that attention outside, G2 is going to take liberties towards ramp room.
Blame F. It's clearing out the main, rather mini position.
It's going to be an upper hit.
He waiting ever so slightly as well to get closer and closer on this AWP, and he's so fast he takes down Config. Now he has support in this play as well, because as soon as he falls back, The rifle's directly beside him in the hands of Alexi B.
And the upper hit's kind of closed off right now because of this position. They have to cross the AWP. They at least force him off the angle. Now they have access to actually attack into that upper bomb site. Jax is in the rafters.
And Alexi B, not being a simple support player, but rather the in-game leader, was already backing off, saying, all right, get out. He took the flick through the wall, Monacy, but it's time to rotate, and this is why they aren't going to funnel toward ramp. They've got to go toward the upper site to try and support their teammates. And Jax on top of the hut looks for a peek over the top smartly. He'll drop his head back down, and that's when Hunter strikes. Blaymath does at least take Monacy down. That's at heaven, but Xyp9x, he's now left 4 kills in this game, making a fin. Hasn't died yet, interestingly enough, but he's against 3 players right now, and he only has 12 HP. And he might not die this time, though, so he's going to stay alive, but it won't be the round.
No, not at all. Good double kill from Hunter. First the kill in towards hut, and then also realizing Jax and Monacy have been fighting towards Squeaky Door, towards that vent, and just spamming through for the second kill. Well played from Hunter. First round on the board for G2. 3 players survive as well. This was the nice one. This caused so much chaos for what Astralis wanted to do. They were lining up for that upper hit for a while, and they just didn't really have a whole lot of utility to make it out of that choke point, out of this choke point outside of the Squeaky Door. They spent so much early on outside to put that fake in action. They just didn't have anything more to progress forward. Round number 5.
Monacy already out. Ooh, he's blinded. He didn't see it. There's a man on Twinkie that definitely saw him, surely saw him. Monacy still turns back to find Config, though. And it's Farlig with a Krieg. Doesn't see anyone toward Big Garage, wants to wrap around Monacy. He's got an AWP, and man, oh man, so much to shoot at when you're outside on Nuke and you're that fast. And he's still looking for more. Goes back towards Squeaky Door. I love when the X-Ray baits us like that. Thought he was going to walk out. He actually turns around and goes the other way.
Yeah, well.
Just goes to show that without X-Ray, we would be terrible at our jobs. And the OG casters were the real deal.
Oh, those were the days. No X-Ray. Blaymath left alone in a 1v5. Kills would be lovely, but he's got a long way to go. And you could see the rest of G2 just playing it so passively. Actually, I say that, but NiKo's crept up secret. There's going to be a timer on this for Blaymath, looking for the push for the moment. NiKo's going to slide right into it, and he goes down. Patient as ever. But now they know where he is.
Even some spam heading his direction. 43 seconds. Okay, Blaymath getting Hunter. That's going to open up the map a little bit for him. Still, he has 3 to find. Considering how fast the last round was in terms of action and went down to the wire in time, this one felt way longer, but there was still 40 seconds left when it was just Blaymath left alive. They'll take him down. G2 now with 2.
Yeah, good job from NiKo and Monacy. Obviously, the first one on top from NiKo, the second one from Monacy, and a good heads-up play to keep his awareness there towards red box. Great round from Monacy with the op, and that is a nice thing to have early on, get going outside your defenders in yard, just holding on and defending very, very strong. Letting Astralis know that part of the map is not going to be easy to take down the road. Pistols picked up, fast pace towards the upper bomb site. Hunter and Jax going to get tested. Oh, Hunter, they came out a little bit quicker than he expected, but they handle it all well. Quick 4 kills.
Yeah, just Glocks. Not really much to anticipate, but the speed of it, you're right, could have been overwhelming. Farlig now the only one left alive. Bomb down inside of the site, and pretty in pink. But I think he's supposed to be painted red. Jax getting him from rafters, and we have a tie game.
And we have a tie game. 3-3, ever so quickly since the guns spring out. Astralis, no plants in these last 3 rounds. Once the guns come out, the bomb site access has been mostly denied, or entirely denied. We'll see if that changes. 3 AKs and 2 Galils for Astralis.
Up the ladder we go, and into the site below. Config. Outside, he goes down below in the annex. Xyp9x has done a nasty amount of damage onto him, spraying with the Galil through the door. And his rotation for NiKo is actually going to be safe. He's going to go all the way back around to heaven and try and get up above. If he looked outside, he didn't have the HP to take that fight. Config surely would have killed him.
I really like how mobile Monacy's been in the early going with this AWP. We've seen him outside, we've seen him push ramp room, now we just have him stationed passively in ramp room as well.
And I like NiKo going downstairs because he doesn't have the HP. I thought he was going to stay up above. He shot the windows out of control room early, but also that would be a noise trigger, maybe trying to say, hey, we've rotated off a ramp early. He's trying to bait them in toward Monacy.
Safe position as well down in the lower bomb site. He can chill here. He's not going to be too useful in any kind of an upper execute with only 10 HP, so give him an opportunity to spot and play the round wisely. Alexi outside can see nothing as the smoke plumes. Good smoke wall set up, but it's just Glaive outside. The rest of the 4 members of Astralis all still in lobby, heading towards ramp room. And Modesty has shifted away from that position.
Now that's interesting because NiKo downstairs, he covers secret, and with the windows out, he can jump and move silently, but he's not going to be able to cover both positions.
Modesty's coming back now, but he can't really do a whole lot. If there's flashbangs force out the angle, he might have a chance for just one shot. Right here, he's got it. He nails it, can set back up, but the Molotov is going to force him away. Takes about 24 HP of damage to stand in the flames for one more, but now on to NiKo.
I thought he actually did damage when he flicked there because I saw the red come up on his body and my peripheral misled me, but you're right, NiKo, 10 HP, manages 1. That's good, all things considered, but they're just on the bomb now with 6 seconds left. Config puts it down, and they have to rotate back in. They have the man advantage in doing so. They've got kits on 3 of the 4. Alexi B will start at nade. Blame F, he tanks that one. Didn't even see it coming because he was dodging the flash. Means he's turned away from the explosion as well as Blame wants to try and hold the angle. Hunter, meanwhile, is already in. Blame needs 2. He's not going to get it. Monasty's too quick, and it's all on Config. Stuck inside of Orange Box. And surely they've cleared everything else. They'll check this. Dropping down. Monasty doesn't even need to. He's absolutely nailed that as well.
Yo, he's gaming right now. He's having a great start to this. 8-4 for him, 8-5 for Hunter as well. Both of them topping the scoreboard for G2, but Monasty has been hitting some banging shots. Looking great in the early going. 4-0. Finally, Astralis get a plant. But the post-plant setup is just picked apart. Nice shot from Hunter there, protecting Jax as he clears left, and Modesty just quick, clearing everything, finding Config early on in the retake. NiKo giving him some words of encouragement, a little bit of a ghost of a smile there. 4-3, G2 with a 1-round lead.
And smart rotations in setup to cover NiKo being on low HP, putting him downstairs to cover it off, and then rotating outside so they had both the ramp room and outside covered off. Gave him the information, he manages to get 1 downstairs. Meanwhile, Hunter this round against Pistols does well to dance at the upper bomb site, but still we come to a 3-on-3, so a chance. Is the bomb in? No, it's not. I was going to say, if they got the bomb inside that smoke, there was a chance they could put it down, but Config's the one with it, and he's still out at main.
Ooh, an early retake. There are the flashbangs. They're coming out. Alexi, there's one in mini. He's spotted one in HUD, and now he knows the other one's front sight. They have location of all 3 players. Those M4s going to start streaming out and doing work. One flank coming in from Config, but this is desperate. This has to be something special from Config. He might have Modesty, who's scoped in. There it is. Double shot to the head.
When that first Eagle shot is that closely and cleanly lined up and doesn't land, that's when you feel betrayed, but he manages to get it on the second shot.
He tagged him through the air conditioning.
Yeah, thankfully, but because that would have tilted me off the face of the earth if that weren't a kill for me. And NiKo's going to catch out Blame F sleeping towards Squeaky, and Alexi B had snuck down below and was patient as always to catch out Config. Remember, he had the bomb and was the one that was rotating outside.
That was a good recovery from G2. I don't think they were expecting that kind of a fast-paced upper hit. I think Hunter and Jax on the defense, both of them must have gotten blind or harassed by the utility. Both of them actually dropped down into silo, so both playing from inside the bomb site. That gives a lot of space over to that attack with those Tech 9s from Astralis. That could have gone horribly. That could have been much worse. 5-3, but good damage to the economy struck by Astralis. Still plenty of cash for G2, though. Astralis have a long way back in this half.
Blame F's going to rotate out early. Alexi B with control now of that lobby position. Modesty is covered off, though. He smoked and put out a position, and he wasn't aware and didn't make the call fast enough. Hunter couldn't react, and because he's in the vents, he's forced to skirmish back up the ladder. They've lost control of lower, so Ramp has to go early. Thankfully, it's 2 players, though. They have NiKo and Alexi B in position.
Oh, the up shot. Good one from Farlick. He was waiting for that. NiKo's in an awkward position now. They're going to hear these footsteps as well. They know exactly where he is. They're waiting for the peek. Good shot from Config. I think G2 might want to start thinking about saving. If they don't get a kill or 2 real quick, this might not be possible. That one provides a chance.
Flash in, they can peek on the right side again with that M4, but they are backing out. And the kill that changes it for me is Hunter gets caught inside of the vents. There was nowhere for him to get out. Tried to flash himself into position. They already had him.
Well, more than anything, you got to give credit over to Astralis, realizing that was a very fast lobby crunch from G2 early on in the round, and Astralis just says, all right, you're going to push 2-3 players towards lobby. We're just going to quickly cross outside. You don't have the resources. You don't have the manpower out here to stop us. And that's what really got Hunter caught off guard inside events, is the speed and the pace of Astralis making that happen. So good read, good awareness from the Astralis team to put some speed on that attack. 5-4.
What are we going to do today, B1?
What's that from?
The Bananas in Pajamas. Don't you remember that show as a kid?
Yeah, I'd never watched it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It was like worse than
Teletubbies. Why do you know a quote from that show?
Because it was always like, I don't know, B2. And I just... Look, man, I had a fun childhood, all right?
Yeah, they're coming down the stairs, man.
Wow, you said you didn't watch it and you remember the theme song more than I do.
I think everyone remembers the theme song.
And us. Probably not. Most of our audience are probably glad they didn't have to deal with that sort of television as children.
True.
NiKo outside again, smokes down. They're going to put the wall in place. He fires into it knowing that it was a late smoke, meaning they're already behind red and they want to cross quickly. He does catch off Glaive as a result.
And Hunter got spammed down to 6 HP or 5 HP again, just dropping down in towards the vent early. So he's going to be playing at a headshot angle, but very, very diminished on the HP. Glaive and Config to defend against. That Molotov, I don't think it's going to stop him. They're going to swing. Now they know his position as well. Awkward fight. He gets the dink, but can't complete the kill. Alexi going to shift in.
Smoke toward radio. Farlig won't be able to spot through it.
I think the doors beneath Alexi are blown open as well, or they're at least opened up, so actually Astralis could kind of creep out with no sound cues. Good shot from Monacy, finds the equalizer.
NiKo flashing back in, but that just gave Zipix the clue that he was going to arrive and peek, and he nails it with the AK. Alexi B, meanwhile, downstairs does at least get Config back. But he needs to be ready for more than that, holding off. They'll cover off Silo. That Molotov won't go far enough, but you know who will? Glaive inside of the door, decontamination already. And just like that, the side opened up for Astralis, but only a man advantage, and they're already on the rotation. If Jax wins this one against a very low HP Glaive, who plays a very smart off angle, a chance for it. It's just on Monacy, and I think he's going to bail as soon as he gets shot at because he's down to 38.
Yeah, he needed that kill if he wanted to go for it. This has got to be a save. That money's going to start dwindling. They built up a great bank, but Astralis has taken 2 in a row now. T-side's starting to be impactful, and looks like they're already putting themselves in positions to make sure this op cannot survive. Glaive going to be aggressive towards lobby. Wants this final kill onto Monacy.
Apparently people in chat actually like pajamas and pajamas.
Okay. Nice.
I mean, it's no Blues Clues, I'll give you that. But.
Sure.
So he'll save the AWP, Monacy, and with that, we go back to a tie game once more, 5-5. So Astralis definitely holding their own on Nuke, considering the analysts were a bit concerned that Ancient wasn't picked against them, despite being left in the pool.
Yeah, I mean, there is always that. I mean, it's always an interesting... I guess it's always kind of like a different philosophy with different teams. Obviously, Astralis might have been in a situation where they kind of practiced and prepared for Nuke and just didn't want to switch away from it. You know, would be interesting to hear their thoughts on that. Timeout called by G2 as they have lost a couple in a row after a nice 5-round run. And they're going to start digging deep into that bank. Jax is buying down to 350. Hunter's bought down to 300. NiKo as well is going to chunk into his wallet down to 950. And looking to get back on the board early. 10 kills for Monacy, 10 kills for Hunter. But Astralis has actually been able to get some players successfully in towards Secret quickly and early on in these rounds. These rounds that have netted the wins for him. NiKo going to be outside again, deep nade. Monacy, fast rotation downstairs through Secret with that AWP.
Shot from NiKo takes down Config, so the early advantage to G2 already as Glaive wants to work past the smokes and past NiKo subsequently. There is a player downstairs, it's Monacy, AWP already looking at that corner toward the stairs. There it is right there.
Yeah, they've been super mobile, as I mentioned earlier, with that op. Different positions for Monacy. Ooh, he spotted one. Not fast enough for the jiggle peek, but Glaive wants nothing to do with that fight. NiKo outside's got 2. Now he's killed by Zip, and they knew one was down in Secret as well, so they've got the position of 2 players.
They can wrap. They don't have to go down the stairs. Monacy's going to start moving forward shortly. No, I take it back. He's actually gone down the secondary hallway. I thought he might try and push back up toward the stairs because that way if they do try and take Evan, if they do try and wrap up, they would be ready to pinch with a flank from outside, especially now that Hunter's looking for information elsewhere. So blame F, Molotov in. Alexi B is the next equation. He's come out. He's called off blame F. And he, oh my goodness, no way. How do they not hear that? How do they not hear event? Slow to turn around. Xyp9x gets the kill, but Jax turns and gets him. I am surprised G2 got away with that.
I am too. I am a little bit shocked that they didn't turn from that vents. Maybe some communication, maybe mask the sound, but that would be surprising. Even that's kind of generous. So m0NESY's able to grab one, and G2 survive.
There was a Molotov beside it, but I don't think that it was what caused it. That's confusing to me that they didn't check it at all.
Well, 6-5. Timeout this time from Astralis. They're going to be buying up deep into what they were able to build up briefly in their 2-round win streak. Conversation from Xtaz for the G2 side of things. Players remaining silent, directing his conversation mostly at m0NESY, so we'll see where he heads in this round. But G2 back on track. You could see at one point during that round when you mentioned that Astralis had gained control of the outer yard and was able to wrap around, Jax was kind of heading back in that direction, but dropped down into the site so they could crunch towards lobby. blameF was waiting for that play, but is only able to get the one kill. Here we go, round 12. Whose smoke is that?
Whose man is this?
That?
Well, there was a bit of a blunder with that one. NiKo. Put some shots out, speculative, and he's actually done significant damage onto Glaive. That silenced M4, though. He's still able to be echo-located, and shots go back his way. 62 HP.
Yeah, but that wall outside didn't get completed. One of the smokes popped on top of the roof, so the wall was not actually in place to allow for a cross. So this time we won't see Astralis get a player into a secret, which has been so important for him. Instead, Config's frozen outside. Perfect angle for m0NESY's AWP. Alexi turns from the flash. Smoke plumes just in time. G2 this round has done great work with the utility to make Astralis' plans uncomfortable.
Glaive waiting for the flames to extinguish themselves, and it's Hunter and Jax they'll have to contend with up above. Xyp9x wants to go first. Flash out, drop the bomb, so that he can be sacrificial if he needs to. The trade needs to come in. Farley gets it. Still need to concern Jax. They actually looked up toward him. Good anticipation, but he drops Farley, drops the ball in the process. blameF, meanwhile, aware that they're going to be pinching the map from elsewhere, and they'll slow it down. Wait for the response from G2. There doesn't need to be an overreaction, though. 23 seconds, and bomb is on the ground.
Bomb's in, is it on the ground in the site, or is it inside of hut?
It's inside the site. It was just on the wraparound. Farley shot down toward it.
Yeah, you're right. They're saving anyways. Doesn't really matter. 15 seconds on the clock when they eventually called it off. No chance of getting in and taking those battles, so AWP is going to be saved on Glaive, AK on the hands of blameF. This round was busted right out of the gates. A couple of curious smokes on the map, but even when Astralis was heading towards ramp room to try and make their attack, a perfect timing on the defensive smoke there. So out of the 2 timeouts, first one for G2, they get a round win. The second timeout from Astralis, and G2 wins that as well. Nice little smoke dropped from the Raptors. That's a couple times Astralis has tried to go late round out of the squeaky door to attack the upper bomb site, and they've just gotten stalled. They've just gotten stalled out and have not been able to make that turn.
So the Molotov corner, yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Yep. That's the one that caused that smoke to extinguish last time as well, to plume last time. It wasn't the one at the fence that, I mean, we were concerned with the one at the fence, but that wasn't the only situation that went wrong. That's
a huge kill from Alexi B, because blameF has been able to do a great job holding on the lobby and punishing pushes, punishing flanks. This time they drop him early. He was not prepared for that kind of pace on the peak from ramp room. 1-man advantage for G2. 2-man advantage for G2.
m0NESY getting the shot onto Config. He's looking pretty sharp today. 14 kills, and he's fast as ever.
Yeah, I've actually loved watching him play in these first 12 rounds. Good shot there. He's got so much confidence behind these peaks right now. How deadly is he? 15 and 6 for the young AWPer.
Xyp9x pretty much not long for life. Can be as good as clutches as anyone. Better, in fact, at times, but I doubt this one is going to have any chance. And m0NESY again is the one to show up, and we snap to it just in time. Nails the kill, spams the graffiti, and we get ready for another round as it goes 8 now for G2.
Every time I see m0NESY get hyped up, I think of like those YouTube videos of like the high schoolers stacking cups.
Dude, those are nuts.
I know, but like
I thought it sounded so dumb, and then you watch it and you're like, that's sick.
Whenever they set like a world record, they get like pumped, and that's what I see in Modesty every time he gets hyped up. 8-5. 16 kills on
Can't tell
Modesty.
if you're saying that's a good thing or if you're calling him dirty, Jason.
No, it's just I don't even know. I think it's just because he's just so young. Flashbang out into the open. Hunter saw it before he got completely blinded. Slides into the corner for the reload, and Jack still up in the Raptors is there to protect. Modesty, tough place, and he got frozen. He got frozen out in the open. Good jiggles from Blame F.
Glaive sneaking back through toward the ramp position with the Tech 9. This is a fantastic opening for Astralis. Alexi B not there. They're going to get very close. These pistols, again, are going to be menacing. If he peeks and is spotted, Farlig swings. Oh, he's going to go the other way, though. He's going to peek out and spots it down. There's one lovely second shot. That's the high HP player.
That's brilliant.
That might turn the round in itself.
Yeah, well, that negates a lot of danger, and even a smart play from the in-game leader getting those 2 kills and just saying, oh, okay, I don't need to do anything else. I've got it. I just brought us back into the round. No reason to risk anything more. If he peeks back into that, makes it a 2-on-2, round can get very sketchy. As it stands now, Zipix in a 1v3 with 21 health and a Tech 9. Towards Squeaky Door we go, which is just smoked out. He's got to readjust, and he's going to be walking right into Jax. Eventually.
Sooner or later.
Yeah, at some point.
One of these days. Any minute now.
Take your time.
All right, just get on with it. Zipix out he goes, down he goes. Jax is the one with the kill, and it's 9-5 last round of the half coming up at Astralis. Going to be able to buy into this one.
This has been a really dominant defense from G2, but I mean, this is kind of the benefit of winning the pistol run on that T side is, man, thank God Astralis has it, or else this would be just brutal. It's been 9-2 runs since the gun rounds began in round number 4. Lots of screaming going on in the studio. I'm assuming that's over on the B stream.
So let's get an update. That was
loud. On that one? All right. Earmuffs for you who don't want a B stream update.
Nah, you know what? I'm giving it to you anyway. It is MIBR versus Big, and it is 8-4 in favor of MIBR.
Ooh, nice. I might have underestimated MIBR coming in. I just saw them in a show match in Portugal just a few days back, and it's true. They did not look pretty there. So I was not super excited.
I mean, it's hard to look pretty in Portugal. Everyone there is so good looking that no one stands out.
It is a very good looking city, isn't it?
It's not bad.
Well, Hunter up on top of the hut is going to get one traded off by Config. Jax has to swing very wide. I don't know how he's still alive. NiKo's there for support, and he can even nade out. Good work from Jax, doing the best he can to stay alive as long as possible. Allows NiKo to come in for one more kill.
So Blame F on the floor needs to get the next one back. If they don't find the next kill, the round surely goes the way of G2, and it's Monacy that wants to slide in. Pre-scoped already. Uncertain as to whether or not they've gone through Squeaky or not, but he doesn't need to overcommit because look at the flank coming in. He just needs to hold them at this point in time. They've already cleared out lobby. They know he's inside now, and Monacy decides, I can go for it myself. You've given me enough information. Zipix ready for the flank, though, aware of the situation, and Monacy on low HP is going to try and get to the same angle, but man, oh man, this guy, he's just so damn quick. So quick, and we're going to take a quick break. It is 10-5 G2. We'll see you in just a minute.
Spring down, the apartments are closed. he's got one and a second. Dupree's recovered, and he's got 3. He's even dinked up the 4th as well, and he'll get it. 1 player left, and Dupree's got it. All 5. This got 4. He's not
NiKo, it's all right, it's all right. Look, it looked like 5. We're going to blame Magisk for that one. I'm as excited as you because how quick that came, it didn't look like Dupree.
Well, we'll get back underway. G2 Esports versus Astralis. 5 rounds down, though, Astralis, after being tied at that scoreline. They went a little silent in the back half of the first half, the back quarter of the first. Look, Jason, you can talk anytime.
Yeah, I'll take it away. Look, this game is for elimination as well. This series, whoever loses this one is going home early. And both, remember, this event is kind of redemption for both of these squads who didn't make it to the stage in Antwerp, didn't make it to the playoffs at the most previous major, both suffering very early and disappointing exits in the Legends stage. So, I mean, one of these teams is not going to find that redemption, at least here in Dallas, and that's going to make things extra painful. Fast towards ramp room. Xyp9x is going to drop down quick. He's got a second teammate here who is already shuffling towards Secret, so he's got some support very quickly. Ooh, and Alexi's got to duck down. This is good job from BlameF and Xyp9x. Config arrived as well. A little bit of a rebuttal from G2, but access to the lower bomb site is not there.
No, and Glaive. Luckily, they get the kill onto him because now they can turn back. NiKo already upstairs. Farlig's done. He's going up. NiKo's already in position. You're absolutely right. That's sick. Perfect from NiKo to read and anticipate the fact that they were able to get out, but Glaive was the kill that they needed the most.
Glaive is going to be really upset, I have to imagine, at a teammate communication. We'll get back to that in a second, because NiKo's going to have at least one more at 2. Good shots from NiKo. Glaive was way too aggressive on that flank, trying to wrap around through ramp room, and I think that had to have been someone calling down on that lower bomb site. They're here, they're rushing, they're committed, and that made him really overextend on that play.
My guess is it's Xyp9x, who's normally so efficient in that position, and I was
Probably
even
felt
surprised.
a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I thought they might push one player toward Highway, but they didn't, and the fact that they didn't, and then he calls that, you're right, he gets baited into it. Great play from NiKo, reads the rotations from ladder, knows they won't expect him, and then says, well, now they know I'm here, they're not going to come up, they've got to go towards the stairs, beats them on that approach as well.
And that was one of the conversations the desk had, like NiKo still, missing some of that impact that we normally see out of him. He's been very quiet this event, relative to his normal standards, and at least this time, not a high volume of kills in this game. He's 11 and 8, while you have Hunter at 14 and m0NESY at 18, but the impact there in that pistol round to be the secondary option to clear out that upper bomb site, cut off rotations, first from Vent and then up Secret, help them win the pistol round.
So NiKo up and over to work toward the annex. Pinch the site, but Farlig pinch him because he's dreaming after that shot. He's got NiKo down. Config, hello, AK's Deagles. I'll get the name of the gun right eventually. There is an AK on the ground though. That's more where we were going because they haven't found any kills with it. The pistols are certainly prevailing. Now the AK comes back into it as Hunter picks his second kill in the round.
They can plant back silos with safety, considering Jax is there holding on to it. G2 pausing and going to see if there's any more aggression coming. Flashbang for m0NESY to peek and get the information. He's going to shift back. They now know that the players outside of Mini were not being aggressive to stop that plant, so bomb goes down. We've got a 3-on-3, but everything is on this flank through T-spawn. m0NESY, if he goes down, this is a possible retake for Astralis.
Anticipation's there. m0NESY reads it, BlameF down. You can see the pre-fire as well just before that. Hunter still holding on the site itself, and the Deagles will back away. They have head armor, at least in the case of Config, and a vest for Farlig. Good win, G2. Good recovery, G2, as well, after those 2 Deagle shots came in. That could have been very awkward.
Yeah, especially when the bomb hits the deck, that always makes you feel a little nervous. You never know how that one's going to play out. Config going to try and steal the left right at the... Ooh!
That's a pretty sassy shot.
Yeah, that's not too shabby. We like that. Losing effort, but style points. Yeah, nice one from Farlig. Nice one as well from Config in the follow-up as Alexi B was crouched out in the open. Still another G2 win, 12-5. There's no more moral victories for Astralis. No more happiness from grinding away some economy. They need wins. They need them ASAP.
ASAP. Stat.
I still have no idea what stat stands for.
I don't either. I've never looked it up. Sounds more military, probably. Well, finally again with the Deagle. He's returned to serve by Monacy, but that's from range on the AK. Deagle's still doing damage. Hunter's going to follow it up. Blame F down, so the 2-man advantage to G2.
Now they have access to Heaven as well. So Hunter's going to be able to wrap upon the upper bomb site. Bomb's going to follow it up there, and if you're G2, you can kind of just pause and wait. You can see everyone looking for the reaction. They don't have anyone in lobby, which is where Glaive has cleared out.
Stats, a common medical abbreviation for urgent or rush, from the Italian word statum, meaning immediately.
I love Twitter.
That wasn't Twitter, that was Google.
Oh.
No one would have tweeted me that fast.
Okay. Well,
But there's probably, a slight delay in people's potato internet, so they wouldn't have even heard it yet.
well, someone who's not a potato, Config's got 2 nasty Deagles so far in this round. It's doable, even with the outside presence, even with the outside control. Bomb's all on its own. If Config gets 1 more, he's tagged him. Good recovery from Monacy, who's just been so stellar in this map. 22 kills now. Flashbang into the site. That's going to help Hunter come out and clear things.
Flash.
He didn't spot it, but he hears the bullets.
I was going to say, he didn't spot it at all. Hunter turns around to catch out the kill in the end. Monacy looks relieved by the situation, and it's 13-5. Astralis yet to find a round in this half. Have been close twice, but now they'll get a little bit of support with the weapons.
If it doesn't start here, it's over. This is G2 just marching forward. They only need 3 more rounds. Astralis is having a tough time. They have not... I mean, look, if you go back to the first half, this is an 8-0 run for G2 at the moment that we're in the midst of. Astralis has got to put a stop to it right here, else this map is essentially over. And remember, that's going to be a big talking point, I think, on the desk between maps. Is that veto? Is the choice to go for Nuke over Ancient? What Ancient was available. Lexi's able to get a blind kill through the smoke, and Config's already been brought down to 1 HP, and down to the lower bomb site we go, and Astralis has no idea this is happening. Blame F is still just going to just now look outside. A couple players dropping down from ramp room, so finally getting a couple players into position. Xipix moving along those control side windows. He's going to be the main point of defense. It's all about how he's going to be able to work with Farlig. But remember, Config cannot get involved in action with 1 HP, so his teammates better provide something for him.
Not a lot they can really do in terms of Xipix going down or Farlig being preoccupied with another take. Now the Molotovs there suggest they don't anticipate. Xipix, he does finally get the kill on Jack, but the Molotov to ramp suggests they didn't know that he was actually on that catwalk position, and he tried to capitalize on it, couldn't do so. XCB sneaks out late. He'll find Farlig and bomb planted. I think we've got the situation you talked about, Jason. This could just be the beginning of the end already for Astralis.
Yeah, Config's just going to try and open up an escape route for his teammate. Blame F is stuck at ramp room. He knows there's one behind him. He obviously knows they're inside the bomb site. Config needs this kill or else Blame F is going to lose that weapon eventually. There it is. It doesn't even matter. Blame F can't get away in time, and Config's got to bail out. He can do nothing more, but there's even a player on top of Twinkie, on top of Silo. NiKo tapped it away, only needed 1. 14-5. Now a 9-round run.
Yeah, pretty. I mean, this just goes back to the desk hinting to it. I mean, why would you lean toward Nuke?
Well, I don't know if I have the answer definitively, but I think we could look to the kind of the pregame interview we heard from Glaive with Banks, where he was just saying, we have these maps that we really enjoy, that we do well in practice, and we feel good. And it's the, we hear this kind of topic of conversation from underperforming teams all the time, is it's just not translating to the live match environments. It's not translating to the officials. And I think that might be one of the reasons. But I mean, Nuke very well could be one of those maps that they feel good on in practice. And obviously, we're just not seeing it here. Config dropped at range.
Smokes inside big garage. And as well as up close, they've now got the coverage they need if they want to go towards secret. LexiB waiting out on the roof is anticipating and positioned in case anyone does come through mini, or rather lobby, because there's no one watching it, but also there to support with utility. Farlig in a decent position here. They have actually taken some lobby control. You can see the foot. He's going to get the shot, and up the ladder Lexi has to go. There's nothing he can do about it, but there's the rest of the team to arrive and clear out the crossfire.
That's a big note for Alexi.
Oh dear, Hunter, that's Jax.
I bet that was a really good shot, though. It sounded like it was a good shot.
It was crispy. It was a one.
Yeah.
It was a one tap. Unfortunately, his reactions to stop shooting were outdone by that of his aim, so his teammate gone. And that's actually brought this back with a single kill for Astralis. 2 or 3 versus 2, but BlameF now the only one left alive. LexiB doesn't want to let this spiral. And BlameF has an AK and armor. I don't think you even bother without a kit. He gets a quick pick maybe, but he's not daring to overextend right now. Saw him at breakfast this morning. Didn't see how many eggs he had, but I assume it was a lot.
BlameF?
Yeah.
A lot of BlameF sightings. I saw him at the gym today.
That's not surprising.
Nope, not at all. Didn't ask him about eggs, though. BlameF inside of the squeaky door. Just trying to grab 1 or 2 on the exits. No impact to these kills. Round's already over. G2 are going to have 10 chances to close out this map. It doesn't look like they're going to need all 10.
Yeah, 10-round lead. Hunter seems to be quite pleased with that.
Like we said, it was probably a 6 shot.
Yep.
He must have like sneezed or something. There's no reason to even take that shot. Yeah, I know, he's smiling as it happens.
That's great. He doesn't even say sorry. Yep, whoops, my bad. Carry on.
What can you do?
Too good. Nades this time already at the door. LexiB the one that wants to fire in through Squeaky. BlameF backing off to try and find a better angle out toward the silo. Meanwhile, no passiveness from LexiB for ramp, or brother from the roof this time, as he's gonna go back out that direction now. So they could set for late utility. They have Jax in position to at least watch to make sure no one comes through HUD. He's also gonna be tasked with watching radio as well.
Astralis has been setting up this play for some time, but good awareness from Alexi, just holding on to it. Farlig might be able to find an equalizer, but it might not matter. He needs a couple now, because Alexi's got another one. That's Glaive to go down. They know Zipix is pushing. Oh, that off-bait getting away. It's fighting to death, and Hunter's put him down.
Hunter just barely put him down. I thought he was going to get time to get another shot off. That would have been a scary situation. More aggression, though. Won't stop there. But Monesi's aware of that position. The fact that could come, is he aware that they're both there? Not at all. BlameF's going to see his gun barrel and times the shot. Now he's going to run toward the site, but he is not aware that they're still inside of the main entrance. And just like that, G2 take map number 1, Jason. That's going to put Astralis in a tough position.
Yeah, it really is. Remember, for elimination, that's a dominant win for G2. We're headed to a break, then we got the desk to talk it over. Then we'll get you going with map 2, so stay with us.